Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens on that, but cool, man. I'm relaxed now.
Hey, bro, cause I say it again, dog. We vibing with what's really real going on. And see, right now the vibes are very, very low, and ours are very, very high. So our frequency dealing with people gonna be high too, because these people was trying their best to get in touch with me, fucking with me like they were fucking with me, man.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. I'm glad you answered the phone too.
Yeah, cause see, it would happen when I went.
You tried to call me, I know.
Yeah, cause when I went outside, nobody was there, and I said, why are these people fucking with me? And then somebody came banging on the door again, and I said, man, fuck this shit. So got my wheelchair and I rolled outside, and then one of the dudes said, hey man, you got a Mercedes Benz? I said, why, man? He said, oh, because I got your keys, you left them at your mailbox. I said, all right, man, I appreciate it, dog.
It wasn't 703, so
Mm-hmm.
the keys was in 703 on the mailbox. So
Yep, that's why he came. That's why he came, but I'm like this here.
I can't let that Mercedes keep it on
Oh yeah, we both know that. But and I say this.
But you know what? It ain't activated.
But it don't, like I said again, it's they got one thing about Mercedes Benz, you don't steal them like talking about it. It gotta be
The only way it activates, see, I can pull that key out. There's a little key in the inside there that'll open the door. It won't open automatic because it's not calibrated. I'd have to get it calibrated. But when I get in the car, normally you just push the button to start it, but I have to take the button loose and then I stick it in regular and start the ignition. That's how it runs. But I don't want to program. That's the reason I don't want to program, because I'm not always in the car. But that's an expensive fob. That electronic.
Nah, but to be honest with you, you might well program, because the way that works is, see, because I know how that technology works, and the way that technology works is fire is cayenne pepper. Let me tell you how fire that technology.
I know, but see, what happened was when she took it in to get it serviced that time, she forgot to get my thing programmed.
Oh, okay.
So the next time you take it in and get it serviced, she'll get it programmed.
All right, because what I mean by, yeah, because why I say that shit is a beast is that's how Barry keeps control of his vehicle from Janice. He keep the keys in his pocket, so therefore, if the car goes too far away from, if the car try to leave too far away from the keys, it cut off.
Yeah. Wait. But yeah, man, let me call my girl, man.
All right.
That'll rest your mind. All right, I'll let you later.
One. Yeah. Do. So like I said, good people, fuck all this bullshit, man. We fucking conscious thinking fucking people. We ain't stupid fucking sheeple, no motherfucking more. And we're not children. Most of us adults, not children. So when you look at all this bullshit we being bullshitted with to be bullshit too, it's shit crazy. Cause I'm like yourself, I'm gonna play two things for you. First I'm gonna play this here.
You've been bamboozled. All of that stuff is a fairy tale. To believe in hell means you have to believe in Santa Claus. I don't care how you cut. Hell is an imaginary place.
Come on, Pastor.
And I was taught that if anything that does not have an explanation must be imagination.
Wow.
So that's why you can talk about a hell that you don't know nobody went through for 1 billion years. Ain't nobody ever came back and told you that they were hot. For 1 billion years, ain't nobody ever came back and told you that they up when yonder singing around in a choir.
Pastor, tell it, and I got your back.
No, I didn't come for you to agree with me. I know I done made a lot of y'all salty, but I don't care.
That's right.
For you to agree with me.
I can't tell you the truth.
Well, where's hell, Pastor Tim? Hell is what you create.
Pastor.
That's why when you read the Old Testament, hell wasn't under the earth. When you read the Old Testament, hell was on the earth. read the Old Testament, heaven wasn't beyond the sky. When you read the Old Testament, heaven was in the Garden of Eden. Heaven was Canaan.
Pastor, preach, man.
It was a literal place. That ain't what I came to offer. What I came to tell you is, you're waiting to go to heaven.
See you around, Chicago.
And you realize your life is
Living hell.
Like I said, people, it's time for us to stop this bullshit.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry I'm coming, but I know this is business for y'all. But I apologize. And this is not, see, you make money off the dead. I'm trying to keep them out of your funeral home. So if y'all would rush me, if y'all would stand there like y'all ready for me to hurry up, and all due respect, I'm trying to keep them out of your funeral home. I'm trying to keep you from embalming them, so I know you got to go. But if you can just pause a minute and let me keep some of these folks out of your business.
Push up behind you, bro.
Like I said again, people, the truth is the truth in you. And it only sets you free once you set free. So we're gonna run that one back again. But I'm gonna put it on my other one. Oh, he killed you, dog. I'm gonna put it on my other broadcast too. Fuck all that. I ain't about bullshitting with y'all no more. I've been lightly talking to y'all about the truth. Fuck that shit. I ain't your motherfucking mom. I ain't your motherfucking daddy. I ain't your motherfucking brother. I ain't your motherfucking sister. I ain't no part of the bullshit that we've been taught to believe in to not know that the truth is we all come from one divine creator that loves unconditional. We, as the creations, create all the rest of the bad and all the rest of the bullshit. You did again, dog. But it is what it is. I'm about to live there and come and help y'all. Cause it is what it is. We in this thing all together. And even though we playing a video game, we shouldn't be killing each other. We should be coming together and making the money and making the video game fucked up. Wondering why we ain't doing what the video games say do. I see why they stopped me from broadcasting. Cause all I'm about is the truth. About to die again, dog. You don't play with you over there. You ain't got no stamina to leave the hand.
Even though I am otherwise entirely incompetent.
Impotent rage, there's some trouble down by the river.
Fascism never sleeps. Violet!
I'm over here.
Of course you are. Why are you wearing that ridiculous outfit?
I thought superheroes run around in their underwear, so should this.
Violet, it's that kind of hypersexualized clothing that exploits...
I want y'all to hear that again.
Fuck me.
Fuck me! Time for impotent rage! Where is it?
Here.
For the record, this is an organic, entirely fair trade cotton one piece that is dyed in berry juice, harvested by a lesbian commune. And it's every bit as effective at fighting crime as the synthetic fibers made popular by some of my rivals. Quick, to the suit-up montage!
Braxton,
What's this?
that's the cost to animate your overly elaborate and lengthy suit-up montage.
Got it. Okay, skip the montage. Let's go straight to impotent rage!
There are over 8 million species of migratory birds that travel through San Andreas. But every day, hundreds of thousands of birds are slaughtered by a not-so-silent predator, windmills. So-called environmentalists desperate need to destroy our state's indigenous oil industry will lead to noisy, nature-killing windmills literally in your backyard. At San Andreas Water and Power, we're working with state and local officials to make sure that windmills and solar panels don't ruin our pristine environment. Let's keep the power on. Nature, and in particular our beautiful birds, will thank you. Nothing is more dangerous for a bird than a slow-moving windmill. They, like any half-sentient creature, much prefer 100-acre industrial plants spewing out noxious chemicals. Let's all work together to preserve our environment. San Andreas Water and Power.
No more fracking! No more fracking! No more fracking! No more fracking! What's going on here? These protesters want to stop us from fracking. You conservatives! Always trying to stop loving people from fracking.
My whole thing is, are you awake or are you asleep to the bullshit that's going on all around you? For you to be awoke and not sleep. So as I always say, what's going on good people, what's going on bad, the truth is the truth, period. And that's all we have. And this is the hour of the awakening. This is the hour of the Aquarius. This is the hour of the water barrier. It's time for us to wash all this bullshit that we've been taught to believe in as children away. We gotta stop the madness of us being mad, teaching our children bullshit, because we was taught bullshit as children. So, to know none of that bullshit is to stop the bullshit. And to stop the bullshit is to tell the truth about that shit. So, I want y'all to check this out right fast. I just want you to listen. Let's go.
Say you alive. You've been bamboozled. All of that stuff is a fairy tale. To believe in hell means you have to believe in Santa Claus. I don't care how you cut. Hell is an imaginary place.
Come on, Pastor.
And I was taught that if anything that does not have an explanation must be imagined. So that's why you can talk about a hell that you don't know nobody went through. For a billion years, ain't nobody ever came back and told you that they were hot. For a billion years, ain't nobody ever came back and told you that they up in yonder singing around in a choir.
Pastor, tell it, and I got your back.
Well, no, and I didn't come for you to agree with me. I know I done made a lot of y'all salty, but I don't care.
That's right.
I didn't come for you to agree with me. Well, where's hell, Pastor Tim? Hell is what you create.
Come on, Pastor.
That's why when you read the Old Testament, hell wasn't under the earth. When you read the Old Testament, hell was on the earth. When you read the Old Testament, heaven wasn't beyond the sky. When you read the Old Testament, heaven was in the Garden of Eden. Heaven was Canaan.
Pastor, preach, man.
It was a literal place. That ain't what I came to honor. What I came to tell you is, you're waiting to go to hell, and you really turned your life into a
Living hell.
Why? Because you have become a worshiper. Again, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm telling you. I know this is business for y'all, but I apologize. This is not community. And this is not, see, you make money off the baby. I'm trying to keep them out of your funeral. So if y'all would rush me, if y'all would stand there like y'all ready for me to bury up, and all due respect, I'm trying to keep them out of your funeral home. I'm trying to keep you from embalming. So I know you're ready to go. But if
at a church. Somebody finally standing up to speak against this bullshit that we being taught inside of the church. And that's part of the government's bullshit to get you into submission of believing in some bullshit like you was taught to believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. Look how fucking stupid we as the fucking people have been for a long fucking time. All because we don't know. Well, y'all don't know. But I'm trying to tell y'all so y'all can know for yourself. People lie. The numbers don't. And all the numbers for me being right here is of the creator of me being in me, being the creativity, the feeling of love, unconditional, a feeling that you can't explain or control. But by me not being able to read or write, to y'all I might sound crazy and shit. But the trip part about it, we was taught to think stupid like crazy people. So now when you think about it, we the ones that's crazy, y'all. Gotta come together, people.
Mr. Spot, ordinary cleaners leave stains, dirt, germs, and life behind. I don't. I kill everything. I clean and disinfect the toughest stains and kill 99.9% of germs.
Come together and live like people.
I can cleanse a crime scene or strip a baby to the bone in less than an hour. Mr.
Stop treating each other like animals.
Wine stains, dead. Mud, dead. Cat vomit, dead, including the cat. Moon blood, whatever it is, it's dead. Coffee,
Just say it is what it is.
you're still dead. And ink stains, dead.
Love is the key to eternal life. All the rest of this is some bullshit when we fight. The bullshit that is what it is. It's disgusting when you think about it, boy. We got people who did this shit. So I got another one I want y'all to hear. Here go the other one. There's another one here. Wake up, baby. Time. It's time. It's time to put the bullshit aside because you know that it's bullshit. And you just died.
And because I love y'all, I'm going to tell y'all the truth whether y'all receive it or not. Christianity was forced on us by the sword. We are the children of Israel. The way they set it up for us to follow traditions. And you look at the traditions that we follow today, it's not the way God ordained it. You understand? The Roman Catholic Church has been lying to us. We are the children of Israel. Christianity is a facade. We're getting to keep God's commandments. That's all I say to you. Listen, according to the Bible, Christ was supposed to die 3 days and 3 nights. You cannot get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday. Wake up, y'all. The Bible says it's high time to wake out of sleep. In the name of Jesus. I took authority. I took authority over the demonic force. In the name of Jesus.
Boy, you hear that shit, boy?
In the name of Jesus. So you can tell you what you follow in the Bible. So we're going to have to ask you. So we're going to have to ask you. Put your hands together.
And now, Moorhead rides again in Moorhead at the Soviet Tit Plant.
Think back 10,000 years. I can't show you one burial site of one person mentioned in the Bible. Not just Jesus, no. You can't find David's burial site. You can't find Ezekiel's burial site, Jeremiah's burial site, Daniel's burial site, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, none of them. The Bible says that they don't know Moses was buried. I'll tell you why. Because there was no Moses. Church, and look, Christ said, wherever house you're going to, and they don't receive your word, keep the dust on your feet. Glory to the Father. And the principle, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Glory to the Father.
Go to the Creator. Y'all keep saying go to the Father, go to the Creator, because the Creator neither man nor woman, black nor white. That God and that Jesus bullshit gives y'all a fucking Father in the sky, taking the Father out the house. Check it out.
Straight up.
Archaeology experts have found absolutely no evidence whatsoever that Hebrew Jews lived as slaves in Egypt or of their exodus from Egypt. The plain truth is that Moses didn't lead Hebrew slaves out of Egypt any more than Charlton Heston did. There is not one shred of archaeological evidence for the existence of Moses or of any of the Bible's named cast of Hebrew characters, from Abraham to Jacob to Joseph to King David to King Solomon.
Abraham. No direct archaeological evidence according to TIME, December 18, 1995. Isaac. No direct archaeological evidence according to TIME, December 18, 1995. Jacob. No direct archaeological evidence. Joseph. No direct archaeological evidence. Period of the Exodus. No direct archaeological evidence. Moses. No direct archaeological evidence.
There is, however, plenty of evidence for the existence of Egyptian pharaohs who these biblical characters are based on. The Bible's Old Testament has carefully covered up the connection between the Egyptian pharaohs and the Hebrew patriarchs by mixing up historical facts with myths and legends.
Many religious people find this scripture impossible to receive. It's from Galatians 4:24. It's talking about Abraham. Now, if you don't know who Abraham is, he is at the very top of the bloodline of Jesus. So Jesus comes directly from the bloodline and genealogy of Abraham. All right, so let's look into it and see what it says. 24 says, these things serve as illustrations, for the women represent two covenants. Illustration means a picture illustrating a book or newspaper. The synonym says visual aid, okay? Image. Allegory, a story, a poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one. The synonyms are parable, analogy, metaphor, symbol or symbolism, emblem. You will have people saying an allegory can be a real story, but look up examples of allegories. All of them are fictional. Look up examples of allegories in literature. All of them are fictional. In fact, an allegory is a story that requires a narrative, okay, with symbolism to teach you a different story. It is not true at all. Those who say be careful which version or translation you read, I'm going to read pretty much every one of them. New International Version says these things are being taken figuratively. New Living Translation says these two women serve as illustration. English Standard Version says now this may be interpreted allegorically. Berean Study Bible says these things serve as illustration. Berean Literal Bible says which things are allegorized. New American Standard Bible, this is allegorically speaking. King James Bible, which things are an allegory. Holman Christian Standard Bible, these things are illustrations. International Standard Version, this being said as an allegory. Net Bible, these things may be treated as an allegory. New Heart English Bible, these things contain an allegory. Aramaic Bible in plain English, but these are illustrations of the two covenants. Jubilee Bible 2000, which things are an allegory. King James 2000 Bible, which things are an allegory. American King James Version, which things are an allegory. American Standard Version, which things contain an allegory. Dewey Ring's Bible, which things are said by an allegory. Darby Bible translation, which things have an allegorical sense. English Revised Versions, which things contain an allegory. Webster's Bible translations, which things are an allegory. Weymouth New Testament, all this is allegorical. Wow. Word English Bible, these things contain an allegory. Young Literal Translation, which things are allegorized. I'm hoping that this is crystal clear for us. These things are an allegory and not to be taken literal. The Bible itself even says that they are allegory. Listen, family, we fight, we argue, we cut each other off over this literature. This literature that we accepted as children, not even examining it to prove it to be true. And now we argue about it. This literature is destroying our families. Why don't we just let it go? It is not historical. No Moses, no Jesus, none of these characters, no Abraham. If we stood for each other and protected one another, the way we stand for this literature and the characters in these books, our problems would be instantly over. Think about that.
Because there's a difference between Africans and black people in America. Where they from? Where they from? Who? From? Oh, so he might be African, okay?
Say that again?
My mom is from Mali and my father's from Ghana, and I'm born here.
Now, I got you. You was born here. Do you see him as your brother? As your little brother?
If he was born here?
No, we ain't dealing with ifs. He already told you where he from. Where you from?
Mali and Ghana.
He from Mali and Ghana. Beautiful, smart young brother. Is this your people?
No. Not if he's an African. If he's an African...
Come on, brother.
Whoa, why am I not?
See, now do you see the danger in that teaching, brother?
That is caused a line between us. That's not uniting us. That's pushing us apart.
You come from Hamites. Y'all come from Africans. We come from Shemites. So even though we got similar skin tone, it don't make us the same people.
But also, before I told you I was African, we made a connection. And right before that connection, after I told you African, that connection just broke between me and you.
We still dealing with the same connection that we had, which was knowledge. We wasn't connecting as far as you being this. I said you was a very intelligent brother. Now, after I found that you was African, did I say you was intelligent or unintelligent?
I said I was intelligent, but not your brother. And also, you said we all us black people need to become one. And if we all become one, that means us too. Cause listen,
if I bring my brother, this is my little brother. If I bring my brother with me to the cookout, can he get in with me?
No.
Wow.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't let this brother in the cookout, brother?
Wow.
Look at it. Come on, Tazaria. This is the poison of that book.
Yeah, that's the
this
poison
is what
of
we're
that book.
talking about,
That's
of the poison of that
book.
Bible, brother.
That's the poison of that book. That shit taught us to be fucking stupid. And it taught them to be even much stupider. Because they the ones that lived there and made the stupid shit for the people.
Turn the lights on.
Yeah, listen. Like, you said you're gonna hit this to YouTube?
No, it's too. I can't. YouTube is too much.
Well, what if I do a video? Can you do a video and put it on YouTube?
Yeah. All right, we're about to get this thing started in a little bit. This is, this is something that has been near and dear to my heart for years and years, for about 40 years now. So we're just getting this stuff together. I might appreciate it if you share this with your friends. You know my motto. Share this with your friends. Share this with your fellows. Because I really want to respond to this video that's going out.
There's only one divine creator of all.
Pastor with Kevin.
And that's the one I know. I don't believe in no bullshit that was taught to me as a child. I still believe in as an adult.
A whole lot of people off, but what I know that what I'm doing is I'm following the word. I'm following the voice that I've been hearing in my life, inside of me, my whole life. I'm following it. I'm going to do what it's instructed me to do, and it's not even something that I really want to do, and I kind of wrestle with the voice, but I've decided to just don't give a damn about what anybody else says or what anybody thinks, because people are going to talk all the time, and it's always the people who are talking that are at the bottom that know the least and that do the least that have something to say. So as a leader and as a teacher and as someone who has experienced the universe, someone who has experienced God, and someone who's done it on the religious side, and someone who's done it on the side that Kevin has actually walked away from. This is going to be huge, guys. I've actually taken the time to write some notes down and get my thoughts together, but please understand that there's no way in the world that I can say everything that I want to say right now. So if you're seeing this video on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, wherever it is that you're going to watch it, definitely friend me on Facebook, Cecil Jones. Like I say, Cecil Jones, DM, that's me on there. And I'm just ready. We're going to let a couple of more people come in. If you please would just share this with your followers. We're really just going to address the issue of what's going on. And I'm going to tell you what really got me. What really got me is I seen the brother's video, saw Kevin's video, and he was talking about why he walked away from the church. Now, the man never lied. He didn't lie about anything. But the things that he actually discussed, I've known about for years. It's been revealed to me years and years ago. And more or less than what somebody else has said, it's the voice that I've heard inside of me all the time, and I know it's the voice of God. So I'm going to put my little spin on what Kevin said, and I'm also going to tell you some more things about me. Because I'm going to tell you this, guys, and I'm going to run to the bathroom before I start this, so just if you could spread the word, spread the word. You on your live over there? Or what are you doing? Okay. So let's just talk about what happens whenever anyone goes against the grain. Whenever anyone goes against the grain, the first thing people try to do is call them crazy, and they try to discredit them. Right? So I was watching Kevin's video on YouTube, and if you know Kevin, you know I tried to on my computer screen, I tried to CC him in or tag him on the post, but I couldn't. If you could tag him on this post or get his attention if you know him, I'd love for him to see this. Also for Ray Hagins also, I'd love for him to see this. Now this is going to break down and destroy a lot of you religious people. A lot of you religious people, I'm going to tell you the things that I've understood since it was introduced to me. And I'm going to tell you, when you get to a certain level mentally, and when you get to a certain level financially, and you start to hang around different people, different things are revealed to you. I just want you to know that. So I know, and I really felt the brother on the screen when he said, listen, do you think I haven't prayed? Do you think I did not want this to be true?
I know.
Do you think I haven't wrecked my mind?
A lot of people want to stay stuck on stupid.
These are the things that I know.
A lot of people want to stay with the stupid bullshit that was taught to them to be bullshit too.
And understand the very things that Kevin
Because then they're not held responsible for being bullshit.
So the religious
doing
side,
bullshit.
Trust me.
Laughing at bullshit that ain't some bullshit to be laughing at. It is what it is. When you're taught to be stupid, you do stupid shit that you was taught to do because you don't know what the truth is.
I know the Bible inside and out, frontwards and back. And I'm going to tell you my story because there are things about my past. Kevin said, listen, I used to be a dancer, and I saw someone on YouTube. Some
drug-addled degenerates and deluded desperados that make up this great city of lights.
He tried to discredit and say, well, something's wrong with him. Something in his mind's not right. But that's bull. That's bull because that man is talking truth. And I'm going to just try to pull up right here on my phone to see if I can find him and tag him in on this. If you can, please, listen. This is not something that I want to do. I don't want to be anybody's pastor. But I know that God has been speaking to my spirit and to my soul from the time I was a little kid. From the time I was going through things with my mother, child abuse, being taken away from my brothers and my sisters and loving them so much, but like, damn, how do I get them out of this craziness that my mother's doing with this religious stuff? So, not about her right now, but I'm coming in to stand up because I'm a leader and I'm a soldier and I got finances to back this up. So this word is not just going to go away. You're not going to discredit this brother. Because this is my life also. And I know that there are a lot of other people's lives that understand this also. We understand the universe. We know the difference between religion. We know that these guys are selling heaven. We know that. So you can try to discredit me and say some things, but I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to hold my own pencil. All right. So let me just see if I can get on my phone over here, and Mary also over there. You know what? You can do the YouTube one. Yeah, you can do the YouTube one. So let me just see right now, because I'm going to do it on my phone also. Right now, you guys are looking on my laptop, but I'm going to set this up for the phone also. And, you know, you can say what you want to say about me. I don't care. I'm a leader. I'm a strong man that stands for what I believe in. And you can try to discredit me, or it doesn't matter what you say or do. I'm going to speak the truth. And the man that speaks the truth is the hated man.
All the time.
Man that breaks up the establishment is the hated man.
All the time.
Have nothing to gain from him, and I can't be bought.
Nope.
I do my own business. I'm in real estate. I've made a ton of money doing it. This has nothing to do with anybody paying me off or me selling out. And if you are a person that has a critical mind and you're a critical thinker, you're going to look at his video, you're going to look at videos by Ray Higgins, and you think, when you see, the truth stands on its own 2 feet. You don't have to sugarcoat it. You don't have to dress it up. And I'm going to put my take on what he said. So let me just see if I can bring him in. I'd appreciate it if you would share this, because maybe you just might learn something, right? Maybe, and this is what I got this from Ray. Ray Higgins said that we have this circle that we live in, right? And it could be your circle of success, or it could be your certain circle of doom, it could be your circle of failure. He didn't say that, that's me putting it in there now. But I got the circle thing from him, right? And is it possible that everything that you've been taught and everything that you believe is only in the scope of that circle?
Yep.
And is it possible that there are things that exist outside of the scope of that circle? Is it possible? That's all I want to know. And if it's possible, and if it is true that you believe that you could have been told a lie, everything that you know of, what if you found out that it was a lie? Well, I found out about 10 years ago that it was a lie from proof. I found out since I was born that it was a lie from the voice inside of me as I was going through my journey in life. And we all have that same voice inside of us. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, if you're a Jew, if you're Baptist, Catholic, Methodist, it doesn't matter. See, that's the religion that separates us from the one true voice of God.
Creator. God is their fucking word. They created that shit. How can you give the creator a name?
That has everyone up in,
I'm trying to tell you. Man did that shit.
So bear with me.
Created beginning to have no ending is love, unconditional.
That I'm going to go over.
One way, all day, every day. Love. Never hate. But we hate because we human.
Not strong enough. My signal's not strong enough. But that's okay. So I can't, just know right now. Okay, just know right now, I can see somebody. I saw Joshua. Okay, Josh, I see you say true. I understand. So, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take a real, listen, so many emotions are going through me right now. So many things that God has shown me.
The Creator.
Shown me who He is.
The Creator,
and I'm going
not
to
He.
bring down the experiences of my life, and I'm going to tell you who I am. So then you can decipher, you can discern.
I am
you can feel the Spirit of God through me.
It is in you
that has
to
nothing
be
to
here.
do with religion. That has nothing to do with the fakeness and the fallacies that we've been taught. And this is for our people, man. Everybody knows the truth. Most people, I'm not saying most people know the truth, but we don't. We're running around and share this with your friends. We're running around chasing after something that's not there. And there's only one establishment that's benefiting from it.
They're going to get it if you put it out. It's going to be shared if it needs to be shared. Because that's one thing about the truth. It's going to roll like a wheelbarrow.
If you're selling heaven to your people, and you know the truth, and I'm going to tell you my mentors. My mentor is Mr. Alan Schwab. My mentor is Mr. J.F. Straw. These old Jewish men that I know that God sent into my life to tell me the truth and to show me the truth. And I tell you, when I was into this religious stuff, I was straight up broke. You would never see me here. I'd be the cable guy, right? I was straight up broke. I didn't have anything going. But once I started to apply the principles of the universe, and when I started to let go of the religious stuff that was so hard for me to do, so hard for me to do because it was instilled in me by my mother. But there was a voice inside of me that would question the things that she was telling me from 5 years old. So a lot of you are going to freak out with this, but I'm telling you that the same voice that I recognize, and I recognize it in Kevin, and I recognize it in Ray Hagan, I recognize it in Marcus Freeman, I recognize it in other people, I recognize it into the guy, Sadir, that came into my life. Spark. And I had to say to myself, everyone that I know, and I'm from the projects, guys. I'm from the projects. I grew up on poverty and welfare, food stamps, government cheese. You know what I mean? The long things of government cheese. What else? The eggs. We used to get our eggs from the community center. So to be able to come from there on welfare, where I've been a victim of child abuse, I've been sent away, put away, called crazy, damn near raped. I mean, to come back now and understand that the voice that I just heard and the sincerity that I heard from that brother Kevin, it's the same voice that I identify inside of me that's taken me through some things that you would not believe. And I've known for a long time now, and I've actually taken this to pastors before. I've taken it to bishops because I was their consultant for finances. I was giving them money. They were telling me the truth. I know the real truth. And I couldn't really speak about it to people because the people that I see, when I was broke, I couldn't run around with my broke friends saying stuff like this because it would never go nowhere. So as I started to climb up the economic ladder, I started getting around different people, and I look at their life. And I look at their life, and I get around different, I started going to different churches, and I just started to see different things. Started to see different things, and it was a different mentality. And the real people, they weren't preaching, they weren't teaching religion. They were teaching the universal laws. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come right back. And what's going to happen right now is, actually Mary's going to come in and fill up this space right now while I run to the bathroom real quick, because I just don't want to leave you alone. And listen, guys, we're all on a journey. There's no right, there's no wrong, but there is truth. There is truth. Because our rights and our wrong are based off of the perceptions that we perceive, and sometimes because something we're holding on to for so long and it came from people that we love that didn't even know the truth, we just embrace it and accept that it's fact. So come on up here, Mary, and just leave them. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. Guys, if you would share this with your friends, I'd appreciate it. If you don't, I will, because I'm going to put it all over the place. I'm going to put it on television. I'm going to put it on every media outlet that I can. I'm going to call reporters. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to do what needs to be done. All right? Because this is 2017, and we can't keep living this lie. People can't keep taking advantage of us. They can't keep just making money off of our emotions, because we're dealing with weak people who don't have confidence, who don't have courage, who don't have the capabilities. See, when you get a strong black man that knows what he's talking about, and that has the finances to support whatever he wants to do, it's a little bit different. It's a whole lot different. So I'm going to run to the bathroom right now, and then we're going to get into this. And I just want you to listen to whatever Mary has to say, because I believe that we are led by the same Spirit.
And divine creator that loves and cares.
Piggybacking on what Cecil said, Cecil, of course I've known him for years, but he's been brought back into my life a few months ago. And he has taught me, and I have learned so many things that I took for granted before, but now that I'm reading, I'm actually reading. So I'm realizing that the things that he was saying, it's a lot of truth to it. And not only the truth, I pick up the books. If you pick up the books and read for yourself, then you will understand a lot of the things that he say as well. So it's not just me listening to him, it's him giving me sources in which to pick up the book, or giving me books to read that basically substantiate, or even the...
I ain't got commercial on this? Oh, now you fucking with my broadcast and shit. Come on now, share this fair use.
And I'm reading, like, this one book that I'm totally, like, wow, is Unwitting the Devil. This book by Napoleon Hill, this book has totally blown me away, because it has, one of the things they teach you is that the devil is in our own mind. Because we've been put, the fear fear of devil. I said a statement one day in front of Cecil. I was like, you know what? That ain't nothing but the devil. And he was like, Mary. He was like, there is no devil. He said, what is the devil to you? And because I've heard about the devil so much growing up, well, you know, you're going to go to hell if you do this. You're going to go, you know, you hear it so much. So when you sit there and you're like, well, the devil to me is, you know, he said there is no hell. There is no hell. And I picked up this book, Unwittingly, by Napoleon Hill, and as I read it, it's like, wow, it's resonating big time, because you're thinking, because we fear a certain thing, that fear that we have stop us from accomplishing a lot of things. So we taught that from as children, and we're just growing up with the same fears. We fear poverty, we feel failure, we fear, of course, the devil, who's always key. So in saying that these things don't exist, but when I'm looking, he said there's so much negative energy. Negative, negative, negative. He said, don't you believe in the universal laws? And I was like, well, yeah, but if you don't apply them, then you're not going to know them. And so with the universe, the positive, what you get is what you put out. Positive attract positive,
well, goes
negative
around,
attract
comes around.
negative. And I'm seeing that on my journey as I'm going through. And like I said, these few months have been a journey, one thing after another. Because as he taught me this, or he showed me, not only has he taught me, and he lived it. So when I started to be a little bit negative, he's like, Mary, I'm feeling that negative energy. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I sapped it up real quick. And that way, I'm feeling better about myself in a lot of areas, as well as, you know, you can listen to somebody, but when they practice and what they preach, it's a total different story. So anyway, here's Cecil back.
All right, thanks, guys. I just want to start this. I went to the bathroom, and I appreciate if you just share this. I just want to lead this off. I get excited because I'm passionate about the things that I've learned in life. And I just want to preface this by saying I'm not here to offend anyone. You see, what I just did when I walked out into the bathroom, I said, remember, I tell you this is my prayer every day. Lord, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Tell me what to say and I'll say it. Tell me where to go and I'll go. So when I went into the bathroom, I just did a quick meditation. And I don't want my personal feelings about the things that I've witnessed through religion to reflect through what I'm about to do right now. You're going to hear some things, and you know, this can't all be put out there today in one lump. But what I have done is I've assembled a team of people that I believe share the same beliefs that we have. And
y'all feeling that belief shit, man. It's time to be known.
This is how you know the difference between
it's time to know. It's time to know. It's time to know.
Because
Creative
God
connection.
is love, number one. Right? And if you get to the point where you're going to tell me that I'm the devil, that doesn't exist.
The creator.
Right? Or I'm an atheist, or I'm crazy, I lost my mind. That right there just shows me that you're not intelligent enough to have dialogue with people who have opinions that are outside of yours. But what I'm going to be talking about is not just an opinion. I'm going to talk to you and share my life. Because there's a voice that's been inside me. I was a little kid, and I had so many ups and downs in my life and so much adversity, just like you. And so when this brother gets up on there, the pastor, you guys seen it, ex-pastor, walks away from the church, says the Bible's not real. And when I saw that the other day, I said, well, somebody else is putting the truth out. Somebody else is putting the truth out. And I listened to him. So I said, okay, let me listen to him with a critical ear, critical mind. Listen, see, watch with a critical eye. And the very things that he said were things that I learned and am still learning through my journey.
Choose between your children.
camera's dark. Okay. Let me see. We can lighten this up a little bit there. Okay. I'm gonna sit down. Is that all right? We at the office. Huh? Huh? We're at the office here. And maybe it's a little bit dark. I don't know if maybe cut one down on the lights. Does that make a difference? Please share this with your friends, guys. You know, I was explaining some of my story to one of my proteges. Still dark. Cut it back on. I don't know. This is good. This is good. Lose the blinds behind me? Okay. We're going to let the blinds down. All right. That's old Marcus there. Always got my back, always looking out for me, right?
F.05.
No. Yeah, it's better. Looks lighter, right? Is that better? I guess I gotta really hurry up to become a billionaire, because I think once I hit billionaire status, I don't have to pull the shades down when the camera crew sees that the light in here, right? Right? Okay. So I don't know what speaker has to do that on their own, but you know, we'll figure it out. Everybody's learning. We're all on the journey, right? Okay. So can I sit up now? You guys, that's good? We good, guys? Okay. So this is something that I've known for a long, long time. And it was something that was taught to me by people who were living a life that I wanted to live. And I started to look at their life and analyze them, and I saw that they weren't bad people. See, there's a difference, guys. People think that if you don't believe in Jesus, that you don't believe in God. See, that's not right. That's not how this whole thing goes. So I started looking at other people's lives, and I wanted what they had. I wanted happiness. I wanted prosperity. I wanted abundance. I wanted to live the good life. I wanted to be able to take care of my family. And the people that I was surrounded around in my projects, no one was doing that. All they were doing was complaining about things and sending out all types of negative energy to the universe.
You moving kind of slow, bro.
I say all this to say that I'm not here to talk bad about anyone else's religion. I don't think I'm better than anyone else, and I don't think I know everything. I'm on a journey just like everyone else is, but I do know, even though I don't know every single scripture because I rebelled from that, but I do know that from the time I've been 5 years old, I remember the same voice speaking to me. The same voice is the voice that leads me, that's led me to Detroit, that's led me to every single place that I go and I have success. It's only when I follow that voice. So I'm prefacing that by saying, when I listen to that young man on his video, ex-pastor says he's leaving the church. When I listened to him speak, I heard the same voice that I've heard since I was 5 years old. The same voice that told me what's going on in these churches is not the way that I am. And I also, just let you know, I grew up in a church household. I grew up with my mother being in church and eventually becoming ordained. So I am not someone that you should just discredit because I don't have the title of bishop or prophetess, because I can even tell you stories about people like that I have mentored, because, you know, when you start making some money, people start to seek you out, and you really start to see who they really are and what they're really doing. That's another story, though, okay? Today we're talking about Kevin, why I'm supporting him, and my story. Because the first thing that people are going to try to do is discredit you. I told you, when I saw his video, I saw another person saying, basically, well, he was a stripper. Okay, we already knew that. What does that have to do with the truth? Oh, he's out of his mind. No, he's not, because he's telling the truth that you probably already know. And then to let you know who I got my whose philosophy that I believe in. Once again, it's up to every single one of us to discern what's real and what's not. The only thing that I want to tell you is that I'm following the voice inside of me, and it is not a devil, because I don't even give energy to that. That's an illusion. It is God.
The Creator.
Because we all come
the
from the same source.
Yep, the same source. That's right about that.
Same manufacturer.
Yep.
Whether you want to believe it or
same
not.
Creator.
I don't care if you got there
Same
through Islam
Creator.
or through Buddhism or whatever it is. However, we're trying to get to the same place. And there's only one thing there that controls this whole universe. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So sometimes you're going to see me get excited and anxious because I'm passionate about real estate. I'm passionate about helping my family. I'm passionate about ebony awakenings, our people. And I'm passionate about seeing other people win. I'm passionate about truth. So that's why I'm going to even tell you about me, because no one else is going to do it. You're not going to discredit me like you tried to discredit this young man here, who all he wants to do is spread the truth that he learned. Share this with you. Okay, just going over the video that I saw. Basically, the man said, what if the Bible is not the Word of God? Now, I can tell you this. From the time that I was a little kid, I would ask my mother, where is heaven? How do we get to heaven? And why would God send us to hell?
Nah.
It didn't make sense.
It makes sense. Because like I said,
it never made sense
why
to me.
why would the Creator that knows you know what you're going to do before you even must do it?
The voice was saying,
create a place for you to suffer, knowing that the reason why you're stupid is because you was taught not to know some shit.
And I'm believing it. So, what if the word is not? Once again, we have this circle that every one of us have. We live inside of this, and the way that we think is based off of the perception of things that we see, the environment that we live in, and the things that are taught to mama, from the parents, from the grandparents, right? And so many times we've gotten into these things, myself included. Well, that's not true. I did question it, and I got beat. I got beatings for questioning what someone was telling me to accept without proof. And I knew this as a 5-year-old. I knew this as a toddler. And now, like, grown-ups don't even recognize this. Like, listen. This is, I just want to say before I even jump deep into this, this is not the beginning, this is not the end of this. We are now going to incorporate this into our trainings, into our personal development, in teaching people the truth. See, and even as a quote-unquote Christian, which, like I've known for years, that was the pagans' name that they gave to us, and they mocked the Christians with it, and Jesus Christ, if he was here, never said that. And honestly, I don't know. I'm on my journey too. The man said it's in Egypt. The answers and evidence is in Egypt. I'm going to go to Egypt, and I want to see it for myself, because some of the stuff I'm learning about, and just be real, 1,000% authentic, I'm learning about, but the voice is confirming it. The voice is confirming it, and that's what I base this off of. The voice of God, because no one knows it all. So don't let somebody behind a pulpit tell you what's right for your life, having you living in fear. Right? And they're doing the exact same things themselves that they're telling you not to do. So let's not fall into that. Right? He said that he was a dancer. He said that he was a gospel rapper. And somebody tried to use that to discredit him. He said, I tried to believe. He said, do you not think that I wanted to believe that what I just discovered was a lie? He said, if you don't want to be my friend, then that's okay, because this guy is a man of God, just like we all are. Everyone is a man of God. Everyone is a woman of God. And he's willing to stand on his truth that he doesn't only know, you know it too, because it's the voice inside of you. It's the voice of God inside of you that's always been there for you.
It's the voice of creation. Stop saying fucking God, man. That's they fucking made up motherfucking word for the Creator, man. You can't give the Creator a fucking name.
I'm not telling you I don't believe in God, and he's being ridiculed because he's not going to anymore believe in what the establishment, the Roman Catholic, the Vatican, what they put out there to our people.
But you're still saying God,
he's found out the truth. And so I'm looking at one of his
pastors, it's not God.
Facebook
That's
things.
the
I
bullshit
believe
that goes
he's a
on
man
with
of
Santa
God. I
Claus, the
really do.
Easter Bunny, and the
We're
Tooth
all men
Fairy.
of God, but you know they say that in the church. He said, well, to his followers, he said, well, what if you found out that Jesus really wasn't born in Bethlehem, that he was born in Egypt? Well, if they found that out, that means you've been teaching them a lie.
Nah.
Let's stop sugarcoating this. And if you're a black man spreading lies to your black people, what is wrong with you? I don't care about your title. Why would you want to deceive your people? Listen, I've studied under Dr. Miles Monroe, who talks about kingdom citizenship, who talks about the difference between religion, who says that these ministers don't have it right. And I believe that's why they murdered him. That wasn't no accident with him dying in the car. He was bringing this new regime, and he was making it happen. This man was a man of wealth. This man was a man of prosperity. This man was a man of vision and wisdom. And he just dies off in the air crash, and nobody says nothing. It's not on the news. Come on, people. He was bringing the truth, and now I'm going to stand up and put myself in a position where somebody might kill me.
We all know.
But I can't sit here anymore watching somebody else discredit a man that's telling the truth that I believe in, that comes from our God.
Ain't really that.
So I'm going to stand with that brother. I've already reached out to him on Facebook, sent him a PM to call me. I've given him my number. I've reached out to Ray Hagan to call me because I want to be a part of what they're doing, and I'm willing to put up $1 million for this.
And I can believe you, dog.
And my friends that I've spoken to are willing to do it too.
Yeah, y'all know the movement is real.
So are we going to keep lying to people, pastors and ministers and bishops and prophets?
They are.
See all of these other things
because they're part of the establishment. They're part of the establishment. Are we going to keep
lying to our people?
They're part of the establishment.
What's going to happen? They're going to be talking about me in the church. They're going to be talking about Kevin in the church. They're going to be talking about Ray in the church. This is what they do. Instead of talking about telling the truth about where our people come from, about the lie that this all happened 6,000 years ago, when the evidence clearly states that these sphinxes were built up there 18,000, 20,000 years ago. Man, I got so much to tell you guys. I can't get into everything right there. But if you follow me on Facebook. I'm going to set up a whole nother organization that really puts the word of truth out. You can believe it or you can't. All I can tell you is this before I go further. When I believed it the other way, that with religion was they pound you with religion and scare you and
can't get in because you're in your own section.
I stayed broke. But God is a God of abundance. Why would I stay broke? And why do most of the people that are teaching this stay broke? Why? How are they taking you somewhere? Like Dr. Miles Monroe said, these preachers, there's the key. They got the keys.
You got your own video going on. You're on YouTube right now.
Why? You don't even have the right key. You don't know which one, so you're standing there and your people are dying in the lobby, waiting on you to figure it out, waiting on you to tell the truth. Don't talk about me in church. Talk about the truth in church, because I'm telling you the truth right now. You can ostracize me. You can talk about my past, but guess what? I'm going to tell it myself right now. This man is presenting historical facts. Ray Hagan, look him up, is presenting historical facts. If you're in the court of law and you're stating your case without any evidence, there's no argument. That's what I heard Ray say, and that's the truth. See, my spirit recognizes the truth.
There you go.
Your spirit recognizes the truth.
Come on now. That's when they
when
get
you
mad.
have historical facts, historical articles that are still right there, and there's some stuff about China, India, a whole lot of things that I'm going to share a little bit later on that they're not even talking about. But it was a truth that was revealed to me, and when I started following it on my journey, things started to change in my life. Everything now that I mean, listen, let me just say this too. I've been brought up on the Bible, and I know the scriptures, and some of my favorite scriptures are Habakkuk 2:2. I believe in writing it down and making it plain. Jeremiah 29:11. I really believe that God wants prosperity for us. There's a lot of them. I'm not going to sit here saying every single one. Now, I'm not an expert in religion, and I don't know where every single scripture is. But I bet you I take the action to make it happen exactly what they say. I take the action to make what they say happen.
You the man.
Faith without works
You the
will not
man.
work.
You the man, shit.
Believing in myself, I got faith. And I don't give a damn about what nobody else say. I don't give a damn about what somebody tries to tell me. I'm crazy. He did that. He's off his rocker. No. See, because I also have the finances to back what I'm saying and to get this word out there. And that's what I'm going to do. And once again, all things work together. Me boiling. To get my spirit boiling to say, see, so you can't sit there no more and be quiet. You have to let it go. This is what I put inside of you. You're built for this. You're a leader. Go out there and tell them the truth. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So some of you are going to lose. Listen, I used to have like 5,000 people on my Facebook page. I deleted all of them. Because I was seeing so much negativity. It's down like 200-something people. I deleted them. If you happen to have made the cut and you're still on there, and you don't like what I'm saying, just save me some energy. I don't have to go delete you. Just delete yourself. Unsubscribe. If you don't want truth, because what's going to happen is you're going to go back to your pastor. You're going to say, did you see this video? Which he will. Because it's going to be everywhere. What do you think? Oh, he's crazy. That's the devil. That's the author of confusion. No. Religion is the author of confusion. And I'm going to share some stories with you, too, that I've learned, that I've spoke, personal experiences that I have with reputable, big pastors in my hometown. I'm not going to say their name, but I'm going to tell you the story. Because when you have money...
Why I can't go to my office from right here? I should be able to go straight to my office from right here. Since I got the same building.
I already know that. I'm in business.
That's stupid. That don't make no fucking sense.
Guys... Don't even take what I'm saying.
Office.
Do your own research. Never be a follower of anyone. Be a student. Take what works for you and be led by your heart. Be led by your spirit. Be led by your mind.
Stupid ass shit.
Because that's the greatest gift that the universe, that the Father, that the Lord, that God has given us. The greatest gift you could possibly have. Stop being like sheep being led astray, led to slaughter.
The creativity in you is the creator of you.
Yes, we all know that the Sphinxes were there 18,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago. So if they were there, how could Adam be the original man? How could Eve be the original man? And watch this. You have and this ain't even my notes, so just see, things will come to me too. And I'm gonna share some scripture too. Okay? Because there's gonna be the religious ones that say this dude don't know the Bible. Oh yes, he does. To me, God is love. God is love. If you believe in the Bible, and there's things I believe in the Bible. I'm not saying I don't believe the Bible. I believe that there are things in there that are true. Now, this whole thing about learning about none of the characters being real, I'm on that journey. I'm going to Egypt. And if anybody wants to come with me, you raise your hands and come to Egypt with me, and let's verify. Stay on one of my timeshares. If there are artifacts and relics that predate what we were told that the beginning of the world was, anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000 years ago, right? And if it was all dark and void, why are the Sphinxes there that were there from 8,000 years before that? We got to stop selling heaven. We got to start teaching truth. I'm going to say it again. We got to stop selling heaven, and we got to start
telling the fucking truth. And that's going to be taught as you tell it.
Father, lead me.
Ain't no father lead me.
Yes, the whole thing about the Council of Nicaea is real. It's documented. Do your research. I'm not going to sit here and explain everything on this particular thing because I'll be here all night long and I still have other things to do. I want you to know that I'm coming from the spirit of abundance and I'm coming from the spirit of truth. I prayed about this and I meditated about this, and the Spirit woke me up this morning and told me to reach out to that brother Kevin because he's being ridiculed, and to let him know that there are strong brothers that know the truth also and will stand behind you. I've already talked with people in my group, and I'm talking with people with some money also. So if you want to come out on the seminar set with us, Kevin, you want to come on out, Ray, with us, we're ready to back this. We're ready to spread the truth. This video is basically caught fire in a lot of religious communities, and you can believe what you want, but all I'm saying is, look at the evidence, just like a court of law. Look at the evidence. If it doesn't make sense to you, let's stop believing fallacies. Let's stop all the smoke screens and magic beans. If you guys know me from real estate, that's my whole thing. No smoke screens, no fluff, no magic beans, and no smoke screens. And it's time for an intelligent man to raise up. It's time for an intelligent man to stand up and support the truth. It's time for an intelligent woman to stand up and support the truth. I know for a fact, regardless of what anybody says or thinks, that the voice of God is inside of me. I know it for a fact. I pray like you pray. As a matter of fact, I do more than pray. I take action, and my life shows it because I live my life out loud.
There you go.
I'm not telling you to do something that I haven't done.
There you go.
I'm not telling you to go somewhere where I know it's not there. I'm not leading you down the road of failure. I'm not leading you into chaos and confusion. I'm not telling you something just to get paid from you. I'm above that. See, when you got enough money, you don't have to sell out. This is the same voice of truth that I've heard since I was 5 years old that told me when your mother was beating you and abusing, this is not right. This is not who I am. The same thing when I sit there and
money in your office?
Prophetesses
Let's go to
and
your
bishops, because I have money, pull their pants down
Let's go to your
and offer me themselves. I can get that in the streets.
You don't have no money in your office.
That's not who I am. And I'm going to tell you my things and my weaknesses too, because you need to know that I'm just like you. I'm just a man who believes something. And I'm the new Malcolm X, and I'm the new Martin Luther King. And many of you are too. Many of you want truth. Many of you know that I will show you how to make the money to take care of your family, to have time to sit down to discover the truth. To have time to go to Egypt, to have money to do the things that somebody else is only telling you to pray for, but keep giving it to them. You know, it's going to be a clash in here. There's about to be a real war here.
How you live and die, dog?
Turn the Bible around and talk about this is the spiritual warfare. No, it's not. What you're doing is the spiritual warfare. What you're doing is deceiving people.
I'm gonna take
and
you.
if you're a black man or a black woman doing this, if you're a black woman preaching it, we can go to the Bible that says you shouldn't even be talking. If the Bible's real, if the characters are real, how can it be one way over here and another way over there? If God is the same today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Real talk? This real talk, guys? Reveal your truth and speak, and yes, way better. Thank you. I'm going to ruffle some feathers, guys, but I'm not afraid to ruffle some feathers because I've never been the average guy. This is in the name of God. This has nothing to do with me because, quite frankly, I could just keep making my money going on and be quiet.
We're good.
But I'm compelled to join something that's bigger than me.
Yeah, baby.
Bigger than me.
Yeah, dog.
Because what I know, what was taught by my mentor, Dr. Miles Monroe, if you believe in Jesus, I'm not trying to tell nobody what not to believe in. I'm saying to analyze this information and make your own decision. Don't just listen to someone else. But if that's what you believe in, do your own research. Do your own research. I've known this truth for over 40 years now. The truth that, you know, I kind of find that it's the people with the least economically that are clustered in one little segment of the neighborhood that all believe the same thing and all have the same results. But I've been blessed and fortunate to live in one of the wealthiest areas in Orlando, and the people that are succeeding, loving God, having great times with their family, enjoying their health, enjoying their wealth, prospering, abundance, giving back in a way that it doesn't hurt them, we all know the same thing. Choice is yours. So before anybody tries to discredit me, we got check factors and all these things out here, you're going to get it from the horse's mouth. And it's funny because when I was going through the trials that I was going through, it was amazing that I would hear people speak about the story that they didn't know about. The same way they speak about the Jesus that they don't know about. The same way they speak about the parting of the Red Sea like they were there. And people were telling me about my life, and I heard stories about me that wasn't true.
Ready to go on a
But
mission?
not a quitter thing, God.
Ready to go on a mission?
built me for something just like this. Guys, this really, some of you guys know this, some of you don't, but this is really for the religious people. The religious people who are going to hold judgment over other people who are different than them, who think outside of the box, and who really seek, because the Bible says seek.
And you will find. Some bullshit.
Ask. Knock. Well, I've been seeking, and I've been knocking. I don't listen to everybody. And see, I'm the guy that doesn't want to touch and agree with everybody in a room because, number one, I know who they are. I know their belief system, and they're put in...
So you want to go on a mission?
I can't touch and agree with everybody in the room.
I
sorry.
want people to check out this $2 million heist we're going to do.
Not dropping that negative on me, that negative stuff.
Let's go.
I can't be controlled, and you shouldn't be controlled either, guys. Okay, here we go. I want you to follow me through this, right? I'm going to take you through a little timeline of my life because I want you to know who's really talking to you.
I'm on the roof.
And you can gather this and decipher the information for yourself. Okay? I can still remember my mother when I was a little baby, right? She used to tell me that there was this old lady that came up to her in this town that nobody really ever saw before, but she thought she was an angel. Me not knowing no better, I said, okay, I'm 5. What do I know? Right? She said, this old lady came up to me and touched my stomach and said that you are having a baby boy, and that baby boy is going to come and be a blessing to this world. He's going to be a financial blessing to this world. One little snippet, right? Let's fast forward a little bit. She told me that the lady told her to nurture me and to protect me from the world. Well, if you know my story, it's going to be in a new book. She actually happened to be the person that did the opposite, and she abused me.
Wow.
Because, and I believe now, once again, I used to be mad at her. I'm not mad anymore because I really believe that all things come together for the good. So I'm not going to say it was the devil this, the devil that, because now I'm putting out
all
that
come
negative
together
energy,
for the good, dog.
You
right.
It just brings back more and it perpetuates the same things that I say that I don't want. So I don't do that. So if all things come together for the good, then my mother's assignment was to do what she did to build my strength and character for a day like today. She didn't nurture me, guys. So I had this mental abuse going on. And let me tell you this. This is the hardest thing in the world for me to share with you. That the person that I love,
and invite me, I help you
do
some deliberate, but I really want to take you to a mission.
Is the person that abused me. I'm not saying this to you got to understand, I'm not trying to down my mother because the average person, oh, well, he's talking about his mother on Facebook. No, I'm not. I'm sharing my story. And I'm saying that I love my mother. And I'm saying that my mother has a house waiting for her to move in with no mortgage on it. Share this with your friends, please. If you believe in what I'm saying, share this with your friends. Call your pastor. Pastor so-and-so. Pastor offering. Get on the phone. Get on the Facebook. This crazy dude is talking. Is he crazy, Pastor? My mom was a religious fanatic. You see, because she had me as a teenage girl. My dad wasn't there. My mother was abused by her mother. Her mother was abused by her mother, and they grew up picking cotton. So my mother only did to me what she had done to her. That's all she knew. But I know she loved me. I know that she loved me. But because we can hate something so bad, and she told me that she hated her mother, God bless her soul. But sometimes, guys, see, this is but you got to understand the energy. You got to understand the laws of the universe. Because if you take that hate and you put that hate out there, and it's so strong, you're putting that hate out into the universe, and that hate goes out into the universe like a boomerang, and just like it must, it comes back, and before you know it, you're doing the same things that the person that oppressed you is doing to you. And I don't want that to happen